It is I, Epic Couchies, the mad villager. Wait. Hey guys. Fellow villagers. What's going on out here? Is it raining squids? Well... at least I have a lot of ink sacs. Wonder what I'll do with all of these ink sacs. How is it raining squids anyways? Hey Phil, do you know where the squids are coming from? No. All the other villagers ignore me, like usual. Just kidding, guys. I know where all the squids are coming from. Coming from up here. The squid raininator. Of evil, I guess. I don't know why you would ever want to make it rain squids, other than because it's pretty funny. Maybe that's the only reason you need to make it rain squids, but I'm going to show you how to make it rain squids on your own world. It's not very difficult, but I thought I would start with something pretty easy to show for my first video. After this stops, we'll go get our items from the item house. This is the item house. This is a lot of ink sacs. This chest. In here, we have our items. You need one block of any type. I'm using white wool because it blends in with the sky. A dispenser, a squid spawn egg, repeater, redstone, and a lever. Now, to build this thing, I'm going to pick a nice spot. Let's say we don't like these pigs. You want to fly up to a reasonable height, or you can tower up, and then when you find the spot you kind of like, type /setblock, tilde, 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 and then type a block name. Mine is wool. Then to start, you want to build a small track that goes around. This can be any shape. You probably want some space between the different segments of wool, but I'm just making a rectangle here. The point of this is the clock, and so you need it to be in a complete circuit all the way around and connecting so that you can activate all the dispensers. Then, off of this, you can put multiple legs. Different spots. You can bend them like this. Basically, squids will be coming out of where this track is, and so that means that if you want to cover those pigs over there, you need a track going over to the pigs. The next step is you're going to place your dispenser. In your dispenser, fill it completely up with squid spawn eggs. You can use middle click, which is by default, or in the control panel it's called pick block, and fill the whole thing up with squids like this. And then in an open hand, hold control and then pick block, and that's going to give you a dispenser labeled as +NBT, which means that it shares the same data as this, which for our purposes means it is also full of squid spawn eggs. This is useful because it means we don't have to put squid spawn eggs in every single dispenser, we only have to put them in one. The next step is to take your squid dispensers, you want to space them out along your block path, kind of evenly. If you have them on opposite sides, try to make them line up, and they have to be pointing outwards like this, though technically you could put them facing downwards. But if you make them up, then they will get the squids stuck, because we're just shooting a bunch of squids out. You can put some in the inside as well. Then, the next step is our redstone. So, all these dispensers have to be hooked up to the circuit that goes in the middle. So, that means that you pick a direction, put your repeaters down on all the blocks that don't need redstone in order to activate dispensers. For example, we can't put a dispenser here because we need redstone to connect to this, and that doesn't connect to the circuit. We need to put redstone on this spot, so skip that spot for the dispensers. I'm putting these on full tick delays. That's just the speed I like this at. You can play around with how fast you spawn the squids in and how many squids you have spawning in. Just that doesn't really matter. Bear in mind that when you start spawning in a lot of entities, you're going to get some lag. Then after this, you also want to start putting redstone to connect all the dispensers on, and these repeaters on the legs of the contraption. They go out. Like so. Oh, we can put one here. This means that the squids that are spawning in a particular area isn't a noticeable pattern as well, which makes it seem more random and also more like rain. So here we have every single dispenser connected up. They're all full of squid spawn eggs. The last step is to activate it. And take our lever, I accidentally deleted it, and go on a spot on your loop, that's the center part here, and place a block next to it and your lever, and then you activate it for a short period of time, which should send the squids to start spawning. Now, if you want multiple redstone pulses, then when it's dark, you can set another one in there. Now we have 2 pulses that are going around. Just go on multiple squids. You come down here, and you have squid rain and pigs. So these items, they drop a lot of ink sacs. If you want to get rid of those, you can type /gamerule doMobLoot false. Then the squids will stop dropping items. It's very useful because these cause lag and also fill up your inventory with useless ink sacs. Unless for some reason you want to make something really big out of black stained glass or something, then no one needs this many ink sacs. The other command is, if you noticed, back by the village, there were a lot of squid heads on the ground. You can do that. Get a squid head by /give nearest player, which is @p skull13, then in curly brackets, SkullOwner, no spaces, colon, and then in quotations, MHF_squid. That will give you MHF squid's head, which is just a squid head, and you can put it around to signify the terrible death of the squids that are falling from heaven. Poor squid. It doesn't have to be squids. You can put other things in here, for example, mushrooms, because why not mushrooms? They get picked on almost as much as villagers do. Now we got some mushrooms spawning here. Or you can put villagers in here. I don't recommend this. I've been shot out of a dispenser before. It's very painful, especially when you fall to your death like this guy. But I mean, if what your main goal is to sadistically torture lots of villagers, then make it rain villagers instead. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I think that I will now become a squid. It is I, Epic Cow Cheese, the squid.